Good morning, YouTube. DB right here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, getting inspired. Basically, using inspiration to create something that also gives you inspiration, so you keep creating. Creating your own inspiration to keep yourself inspired and keep yourself working on your content, whatever that content may be. Now, suppose you're probably wondering what it is I'm actually talking about here, alright, for example, let's look at my YouTube journey from the last few months. Now, as we know from before that, this channel was on the verge of dying. Pretty much was dead. Most of my subscribers I've got on this channel have moved on, all because I wasn't uploading enough. I was inspired and working on the content, sure enough, but my channel was on the verge of dying because I simply wasn't uploading enough. I had the content there to do it, but I wasn't quite inspired enough to upload the video. You know, I had that really bad mentality. It was like, oh, what's the point? Only 5 people are going to see this. It's just not worth it. And, you know, I was one of those who was in the YouTube partnership program. I was one of the small channels that got the boot, unfortunately. And for a while, that actually was a bit of a blow, and definitely was a bit of a demotivator. But I suppose challenges like that are thrown at us in life really are there to sort of test our integrity and, you know, see who's actually really, I guess, committed to what they do for the long haul, I guess is what I'm driving at. And so I tried putting my content on other platforms and also wasn't having much luck, and then them also changing how they did things too. It basically, in short, I wasn't making anything off my content at all. Despite the storefronts I had open and all that, wasn't making a thing. And you know, all that I get was part of the challenge that I had to overcome and, you know, get that creative spark flowing again. So I started thinking about, you know, just don't worry about the money. Don't worry about making the money off it. You know, that shouldn't be what's inspiring you. No, you should be creating videos and creating stuff because you're having fun doing so. And, you know, and I think a lot of people who end up on the YouTube partner program somehow lose track of that along the way. I would even class Susie Liu as one of those content creators. You know, she was just someone having fun creating games, doing gaming videos, and then suddenly, when she got big enough and started getting a taste of the cha-ching, she started getting, I guess you could say, lazier and lazier with her content. Now she's illegally streaming anime, as we know, and I'm not going to get into that. No, that's it. Full stop right there. That was just an example. Goodbye, the end. Any questions? No questions. So the question was, okay, how do I get the spark back? How do I get the spark in creating things and just doing things for the fun of it? And how do I actually do something that'll actually build my channel up? And so I eventually started So pretty much I just began with watching a bunch of content on YouTube and seeing what I enjoy, and sort of take a bit of example of what some of these other creators do. You know, they pick something they like doing and passionate about, and they build entire different types of content, but still around that genre about what it is they're doing. And that's when it basically started occurring to me that, okay, so there are other things I could do. Like, for example, like I started getting inspired by watching Massacre X's Dragon Ball Z What If videos, and I really enjoyed what he did with his stories and whatnot, and you know, he has some pretty cool concepts out there, and you know, I figure, you know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan as well, so why don't I start doing some Dragon Ball What Ifs and having a bit of fun with it? You know, that's a bit of side content that I can do while I create what this channel was originally created for, which is comics and manga, my own comics and manga. And the only reason, basically I was losing subscribers and all that is because, and not getting enough subscribers, because, you know, it takes time to get a comic done and post it. But it never occurred to me that, you know, I could post behind the scenes stuff too. I could do videos of me actually making the comic and post that on YouTube as well, or take the time to do art tutorials as well, or even just do a video of me talking about doing What If Dragon Ball, doing my own Dragon Ball What If videos and having fun with that while I'm working on comics in between, and actually working on Dragon Ball fan comics as well. So you see, like, from me getting inspired from what some other creators have done, and started to create my own Dragon Ball What Ifs or whatever it is I'm doing, it has actually helped motivate me to create more content, whether it's more Dragon Ball content, doing different Dragon Ball What Ifs, or even What Ifs of other animes which I might be getting into doing into the future. I might be getting into doing in the future. Just haven't quite decided, and you know, it hasn't been really much until recently that I've really started watching anime again. So I haven't quite watched enough anime yet to really do what ifs of other types of anime just yet, but I could, and that would be quite fun to do, and it's more content for this channel, and actually doing all that, doing what ifs for this channel, it has inspired me to get back into drawing my 100% original mangas and comics as well. And the thing is, because like doing all that Dragon Ball fan art and all that, it's actually improved my drawing a lot, and it's actually making my comic drawings look so much better than what they were 3 years ago when I took that huge dive and ended up in a bit of a creative depression. Wasn't just because I was uninspired to do the work, also some issues happened to me, had a sort of a really close relationship I had ended, and that put me in a state of depression as well. So if you take anything from this video that I'm trying to tell you, basically is, let the content you create inspire you. Let what you do become your inspiration. Because sometimes you can find something you really enjoy doing on the internet, seeing or watching on the internet, and getting inspired by that to do something. But if you're just relying on that source of inspiration, you're gonna burn out, and at least in my experience, you're gonna burn out and not really do those anymore, or really do that because you know, if you're me, you might start to doubt yourself. I mean, why am I really doing this sort of thing? But if you're doing something, if something inspires you, and then you do something, you do something based on whatever it was that inspired you, and then allowing what you're doing to inspire you. Perhaps you're seeing your own personal growth doing these videos, getting in front of a camera and talking and building your self-confidence that way. Maybe that's inspiring you, and you keep at it. Yeah. Sorry for that slight interruption. A couple of guests just showed up. My dad's friends. But yeah, so basically, guys, create your own inspiration. Get inspired from the very things that you do. Like, even when I get up in the morning, even if I get up and water plants and I see my plants here growing, that actually inspires me. It inspires me to make sure I keep watering them because I want to see them grow further. Just another example of inspiration. And when I'm drawing like a Dragon Ball fan comics, or I'm drawing Dragon Ball fan art for my Dragon Ball What Ifs, because I have gotten into drawing my own concept art, because doing all these What Ifs, it inspired me to draw and illustrate the stories to a certain point. So there we go. And I get even more inspired because I see my drawing improve as I do those things, and I apply those improvements to my original comics and manga stuff, and suddenly you got Dragon Ball fan comics, and suddenly you got my 100% original fan comics and manga that I'm working on too, which is what this channel was originally created for. So it's like one big chain reaction. One big chain reaction that has helped me become a better content creator, and more importantly, someone who's not going to give up making content because of a couple of setbacks that really don't matter. Anyway, this is DB Rush signing off. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and which brings, actually, before I end that brings me to another point. Another thing I can do, videos like this one that can actually help creators get started on whatever it is they're doing. Sharing my advice and experience also comes from the content I do on this channel, again. So this video is the ultimate example of what I'm talking about. So again, alright, this is DB Rush signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of these type of videos, and of course, all the other content I do on this channel. I'm not stopping any of it. And, I'll definitely catch you guys next time for the next video. More Dragon Ball What If-ery coming soon. The next Dragon Ball What If video will be What If Piccolo Survived Nappa? Part 2, as we head into the Namek saga of that scenario. And hope you guys stick around because it's going to be a pretty good one. Alright, see yous.